And this one is a very very good one. So here we have Z tier, we have universal, galaxy, solar system, planet level, multi-continent, city level, building level, and weak. And weak as in like Zhao would shake his head and be like, disgusting. Alright. For the first one, Godzilla Ultima. Alright? Like, Z tier, incomprehensible worth of power. I'm just jumping straight into this, alright? Because we got a lot of monsters to go through, and I didn't organize all of them all the way. Brandon, how dare you! Oh yeah, here, let me there we go. That's better. Okay. First time I've ever seen someone do this besides Circuit. We did one. Well, Circuit has inspired me. I'll say that. Whatever. I'm not ashamed to admit it. Circuit inspired me to do this a little bit because I was watching their stream and I was like, that looks fun. So I kind of want to do it because it looked like a lot of fun. So we're doing this. I got all the main Godzillas organized. We'll do those ones first, and then once we do it, we'll reorganize it like how we did last night. Except this night I'm not drunk, so I'll do it the right way the first time, hopefully. Reason why Godzilla Ultima is in Z tier is because if I watched the show. Alright, Godzilla Ultima has insane levels of power. He can control like 13 dimensions and whatever. He can see in the future, he can redirect attacks, he's basically immune to damage, you know, it's like the science in the Singular Point show is insane, like there's no way. So basically both of these forms get to go up there. But other than that, for this one, I mean, you could honestly put all of them in there, but like for this one, if I'm just counting like that, it's just city level, building level, and this one would be building level as well. This one, weak. Alright? There we go. Got the singular points out of the way, which are like literally some of the strongest things. We have just the beginning ones. Alright. Now then. Whoop. We have Godzilla. Whoa, where did I go? What the hell? Witchy, no! How dare you? Okay. Godzilla 2014 specifically is city level, alright? He has planetary durability though, like, because he survived an asteroid that hit him directly, and he survived it with minor injuries. So, like, you could make an argument that his durability is planetary. But for 2014, he's lacking in attack power. He's lacking in combat movements and stuff. So in my opinion, he only makes it to city. Now, Godzilla King of the Monsters, multi-continental, you know, it's not really that hard to explain. His attack is a lot stronger. He's gotten a lot more training done. He fights King Ghidorah, which makes hurricane winds that basically engulf the entire planet. It was pretty much said urgently that King Ghidorah was going to destroy the planet, and Godzilla is on par with King Ghidorah since he could rip his head off and do damage to it. So they're on par for multi-continental. You know, you can kind of make the argument for planetary, but like not really, because they can't blow up planets. They can only destroy like the surface level. You know, we'll do. All right. I'm pretty sure this is Heisei Godzilla, like Adult Junior. I think that's who that is. Which he's also, if it's Heisei Godzilla Adult Junior, that's city level. He's city level. Burning Godzilla, obviously solar system level. Okay, now here's my explaining for this. Basically, Burning Godzilla is insane. him just existing was gonna blow up the planet. Not only that, but he fought Space Godzilla, and Space Godzilla was formed in a black hole. This is just basic, what do you call it? Basic, like, base Heisei Godzilla, you know? Fought Space Godzilla. He was basically made in a black hole, had faster than light speeds. His attack potency is insane. He fought Destroya, which was gonna destroy everything, and it was just a crazy fight. You know, you can argue he's consistently planetary, but I'm putting him in solar system because black holes are crazy. The science in that is just ridiculous. Also, Godzilla, Earth Godzilla Phileas, I'm gonna put him in city level. Godzilla Earth though, same. He destroyed 3 black holes consistently. Honestly, I would put him above Heisei Godzilla because he has better feats. Because Heisei Godzilla fought Space Godzilla, which was formed in a black hole, which is the same thing. You know, because a being can survive that, then they're obviously they have to be able to survive in that. You know, that's pretty strong. You know, I'm not late. I swear. You know, you're fine. All right. Oh man, I'm scared to get into like the Millennium Era. This is Final Wars Godzilla. I'll put that planetary. He destroyed the meteorite that was gonna wipe out the entire planet and leave nothing left behind. So obviously, literally, that's the frame where he does that, and so he can destroy the planet with ease. Godzilla 2000, city level. This is also Millennium Godzilla. I think this is from the Kiryu movies, which is also city level. Godzilla 2000 again. GMK Godzilla, you can put there. Weak. Alright. No. Zilla from 1998, weak. Alright? Very weak, okay? Do I need to explain? He died to missiles and barely destroyed buildings. He could put him in building level, but he's barely building level. He's more like brick wall level, okay? You know, that's about it. Yeah, Zilla's very weak. Alright? Showa Godzilla. These are all just duplicates right here. So, Showa Godzilla, I'm gonna put him in planetary. There's feats with King Ghidorah that make me feel like he's planetary because King Ghidorah wiped out like surface level planets and was like an emergency threat that was gonna wipe out the entire Earth in under like an hour or so. So you can kind of like put him there. I think he has way better feats than Legendary Godzilla. But Burning Godzilla, it's hard. Like, multi-continental, I think, consistently. I'm gonna be honest. Very powerful. Obviously, it's a million times stronger than his base form, but we've never seen him power up into that again, so technically it's a power-up. You know, it's not like Heisei Godzilla where he naturally had a meltdown and was burning form. He basically got a power-up. He had 2 power-ups. So honestly, in my opinion, it's kind of cheating. And maybe if we see Burning Godzilla and Godzilla gets that power-up through himself, maybe he could go higher. But he's definitely multi-continental. You know? Ah! How dare you! Ah, yes. Another version of Godzilla Earth. I'll put him there. I don't know why I did a duplicate. Okay, this is where hot takes start to begin. Shin Godzilla, building level. No, okay, no, he's at least the final form is city level. Okay, everything else, his first form, his second form, building level. I think he's one of the weakest incarnations of Godzilla. I do believe that the next ones I'm gonna have up here are gonna be stronger than him. Snow Godzilla, I think, is stronger than him. Godzilla from the animated series is definitely stronger than him. I'm not gonna Godzilla Jr., Manila, you know, all of them. We'll put them there. Weak, unfortunately. Well, the only reason why it's a hot take is because Shin Godzilla has the ability to adapt, and he has like 8 forms. He has like the best adaptability out of like almost any of the Godzillas. He's basically like the pavement way for Godzilla Ultima, and why Ultima is so powerful and is just like a stronger version, in my opinion, of Shin Godzilla, because you can kind of see the similarities with like his first form, his second form, you know, pretty similar. Literally is just has bad startup time, has bad everything. Like, it takes too long. It takes him 3 weeks to recover after using his atomic breath. It takes him just way too long. He has no battle sense. He's just a force of nature, to be sure. How about video game characters for Smash or Pass? Yeah, we could definitely do that. Just let me know what game franchise or whatever, and we'll definitely do that. I'm just doing this for me, because I want to know where I stand on most of these things. Like, I'm doing this for me, because I want to know what I truly think. Alright. The Mothra twins. Building level. I'm just gonna put all... Actually, no. This Mothra is weak, not building level. The other two are definitely building level. Mothra from Godzilla King of the Monsters. City. I would say city level at minimum. Mothra has a lot of unique powers. She basically like a phoenix. She can remember all of her past lives, and you know, that's basic Mothra stuff. You know? I think Mothra is consistently like city level. I think this form, Mothra Leo, is like planetary though. I just don't remember which one is Mothra Leo. Well, I do know what Mothra Leo looks like, but the images are too small. I can barely see them. I'm just gonna put this one in there for Mothra Leo. I think Mothra Leo is planetary, because Mothra Leo had like a million power-ups because of the threat that they had to fight, because they were fighting a Ghidorah that was gonna wipe out the entire planet. You know, basically, Ghidorah is kind of like the bar for if the Godzilla is planetary to multi-continental, because every time Ghidorah shows up, it is a planetary threat, because that's what Ghidorah does. He wipes out planets. All right. The only one I would say where that's not the case is the Heisei era, and they got Space Godzilla, which is just a whole different monster on his own. I need to find, where is classic, the original Godzilla, because I know he's on the list somewhere, but I need to put him at city level. There's a lot of duplicates, but I know he has like his... we'll get to it. If I find him, I know where I'm gonna put him. Violante, city level. Destroya, obviously. It's a like. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put Destroya in Solar System, because there's like a lot of good scaling for Destroya. Like, you can argue a lot of things that make Destroya that, but I think it's more consistent that Destroya is planetary, if I'm being honest, but I'm gonna put Destroya in Solar System. Does this count as a Smash or Pass, or ranking their destruction? Hell no. If we're doing a Smash or Pass on this, I'm gonna have to make a smaller list. Alright? And... How many Godzilla variations are there? There's a lot. But there's a lot of duplicates, so I'm not gonna do the duplicates. The Dorats... Obviously, the Dorats solo fiction, so we're gonna put the Dorats here. No, I'm just kidding. They're fucking garbage. This is... I think this is Ghidorah from GMK. That's what it looks like, because it's got the shorter neck, so I'm gonna put that in city level. Also, Anguirus from Final Wars, city level. Ebera, building level from Final Wars. Gigan, multi-continental. The reason why I think Gigan from Final Wars is multi-continental is because he has a lot of different feats and he's able to contend with Final Wars Godzilla and Final Wars Mothra. In Final Wars, Mothra and Godzilla, when they're teaming up, are pretty strong. He doesn't last very long, but none of the monsters last long, but he lasts long enough. This is weak. That's, I think it's Mandara? King Caesar, obviously city level. We gotta have King Caesar up there. Alright, this is where this gets trippy, because Jet Jaguar from Singular Point, I think, is up there. There's a lot of science that goes into it. I think, you could make so many arguments about it, but I think consistently, because the machine doesn't last very long, but it does fight Godzilla Ultima and doesn't win, but kind of wins, but like postpones it, but is end up destroyed. I think at least like the bare minimum, right there. Yes. Monster X planetary. Because Monster X was inside of the asteroid that they were gonna destroy, that he destroyed, and survived that. So he survived a planetary attack. So obviously, ergo makes him planetary. Ghidorah from King of the Monsters, right there. He's stronger than base form Godzilla, weaker than Burning Godzilla, so he's right there. He's at home. Jet Jaguar from, I think, the Showa era, right? Planetary. No, or multi-continental. You can make some arguments between, like, these, but I think he fits home right there. Weak. Rodan, city level. Rodan, just more Rodans. Batra, multi-continental. It's not really... Batra was, like, the first planetary threat. Actually, I think... actually, where's the Mothra from the movie? I'm just gonna put Mothra there. Well, one of the Mothras there, because they're equal. I think when they fought Heisei Godzilla, like, base form Heisei, which I'm just gonna use this as base form Heisei, which is obviously at the top. They fought him, you know, they were strong. I think it should be right here, actually. Okay. I'm trying to burn through these as fast as I can. I'm really, like, shot-firing my thoughts as I'm going along. Hello, Flames! This is a Gamera villain, so weak. Building level. Borosaurus. Or actually, both of them are... There's a lot of city levels. We're gonna go through this, because they're, like, a lot of these monsters are very consistent. Building. Oh, Showa era King Ghidorah. Planetary threat. Right here. He was such a threat that... How dare ya! Kong is not stronger. How dare you make me do that? Alright, this one... It fought Space Godzilla, so at least... Oh, is it Mogera? Mogera has to be bare minimum planetary. Bare minimum, and I think that's, like, kind of disgusting to say. The Muto fits at home right there. Oh, first iteration Anguirus is barely city level, but, you know, there he goes. Super Mecha Godzilla, awesome. Definitely, like, oh my goodness, this is hard. He's definitely city level, but he fights Heisei Godzilla and actually kicks ass. But this is before all the power-ups and how crazy the power scaling got. So I'm gonna put him at multi-continental, because, like, he's just a little bit weaker, but, you know, this is city level. Rodan again, city. Baby Larva Mothra, we've already got on there. This is weak. But, yeah, it's weak. I'm putting it in the weak category. Kiryu! Oh my gosh! Kiryu is awesome. Definitely multi-continental. They have a lot of power-ups, and they actually have really, really strong attacks. Kaiser Ghidorah is probably, for planetary scaling, right now, is probably the strongest one that we have on here. Or, like, out of these chumps, probably the strongest one. Said to be the strongest iteration of Ghidorah ever until, well, we'll get to it. Kong from Godzilla vs. Kong, the first iteration. City level. Do I need to say more? He fought the Showa, the very first, like, basically the intro to the Showa era Godzilla movie series. What helped Godzilla get on his feet and start running, you know? Because originally it was supposed to be, like, Kong versus Frankenstein or whatever, but then they changed their mind and they were like, Godzilla versus Kong. Best decision they ever made. Biolante's first form, building level. Literally destroys a building, but doesn't do much more than that. Okay? I don't feel like we have to talk about that as much. Kong from... This is not Kong from Godzilla vs. Kong. This is Kong from Kong Skull Island, I think. Yeah, it is. Kong from Kong Skull Island, building level. Barely, I would say a building level. He's not quite strong yet. He's very small. He can kill a skull crawler. He can kill these things that are, you know, relative to weaker than him. Basically the bully of the island, you know, does pretty great. Mecha King Ghidorah from the Heisei era. Unfortunately, multi-continental. I want to give them planetary, but their showing in the movie was not, like, up to par to some of the other Ghidorahs that we have on the list. Mega Neura. I'm pretty sure this is the movie where they shot a black hole at Godzilla and then he just tanked it, and then he was just like, hey man. So obviously, if I'm being honest, city level, but the Godzilla from that movie is like planetary. I think it was this one actually. I'm gonna put him right here. Because if you get a say Smash or Pass? No, why isn't my title updated? Smash or Pass was yesterday's title. Smash. For sure, 100%. This is just city, because it's just big tumbling monster that goes around from the legend, from the Monsterverse. City. Ghidorah, city. Level. Rodan. Multi-continental. Has a lot of good feats to prove that power, and plus it kind of fights all the other monsters that are kind of relative to it. There you go, easy explanations. Muto Prime, probably stronger than base Godzilla from the Legendary series. Kind of fits right in the home. Weaker than Burning, weaker than Ghidorah, but stronger than base. There you go, fits at home right there. Because Godzilla had to get help to defeat that thing, so there you go. The spider! I forgot its name. I want to say it's Kamonga? Right? City level. Not much needed to explain. Weak. The Kraken. Obviously, everybody knows what the Kraken is. It basically gets eaten by Kong in juvenile form in a couple movies, and then it just gets bullied. You know, it can't really defend itself. Oh, I think it was actually this one that provided the black hole. I'll put that planetary. Alright. Let's continue. We're almost done. Let's go! And if you want to do, okay, I guess Mutos together. They did give Godzilla, 2014 a lot of struggle, apparently. I disagree, but yeah. They're, like, right under him, because they did lose teaming up. So, I wouldn't say they're above, but I think they're up there. Alright, Orga. One of my favorite monsters. Because Orga's cool and badass. City level. I don't think he's stronger than, like, the rest of these monsters on here. You know? But he did fight. He did put up a really good fight and legitimately vored Godzilla. So that's pretty badass. Manila, obviously weak. Ebra, building level. Hedorah, this is one of the earlier forms, so city level. Hedorah in general, just his presence alone is enough to like wipe out a city because of how toxic he is. He's basically more toxic than your average internet troll. But you know, very, very, very toxic. Super Mecha Godzilla 2. I already put him up. He's like he's way stronger than the rest of these chumps. So right there, I think they're actually all of the Mecha Godzillas are stronger than the rest of these chumps. Right here. Except for Batra. Batra and Mothra, it's hard because there's a lot of feats and statements saying that these two are both planetary. There's a lot of statements, but you don't see much on screen. Like, but I don't know. I want to move them into planetary because of all the statements, but like their feats and what they shown were not up to par, in my opinion. But they're definitely multi-continental. Like, no, nothing under that. They're insane. Insane feats of power. King Caesar. Stronger than Kong. Knows mixed martial arts, got power, shoots laser beams, you know, your classic, just mixed martial artist kaiju. Void Ghidorah. Void Ghidorah is all the way up to, I would say, galaxy level at bare minimum. You can't hurt him. He's in his own, well, he could be universal. Like, right between, like, here. The only way they got rid of him is by breaking his, like, spell that was keeping him in this world, and then Godzilla was able to destroy the black holes that were letting him warp into existence. Other than that, you can't hit him, you can't interact with him. He's on a different playing field, okay? He's on a different level, alright? If you're gonna fight him, you're gonna lose. Like, Godzilla Earth was literally bullied. He had zero chance defeating Void Ghidorah. It was not a competition. He was going to die. And, they broke the spell, and then he was able to destroy the black holes, and then Void Ghidorah got sent back. But, technically, never died. So that's why, like, he's on another level. I don't think he's stronger than Ultima. I don't think he's, like... You could just make arguments. I think he's consistently at least Galaxy. He's got Galaxy brain. Huge brain. Girthy brain. It's pulsating. Lots of veins in that brain. City level. I'm not gonna go. Oh, here's the bird that Scavy was talking about. There it is. City level. Obviously, it's Solo's fiction. It's literally the bird that, you know... It's the Eagles! The Eagles are coming! And they saved Gandalf and all of them, you know? This is also another female Muto from Godzilla King of the Monsters at the end of the movie, but we didn't see it do anything. But obviously, the Mutos are city level. They're a city level threat, so there you go. Oh my goodness. This is starting to get into comic territory. Mecha Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Mecha Godzilla, the first one, obviously, is very strong. Huge threat. Alright, like... oh, it's hard. He is a huge threat. Definitely not to be slept on. I think he sits perfectly fine in multi-continental. I don't think he's a planetary threat like how Ghidorah was, where they had to team up to defeat him, but he has some of the most brutal scenes. out there. Oh gosh. Okay. I think I've gone over this. Another Ghidorah. Obviously, Ghidorah is like low planetary, surface level planetary. Is basically the baseline. Consistently baseline to planetary. You know, he can destroy like the surface level, which like is like obviously multi-continental. But I'm putting him in planetary because he wipes out planets. That's his whole job. So, there you go. There's that. Some statements says that he blows up the planet. Some say he just wipes out the surface. It's up in the air. In terms of threats, I am a reality level threat. Multiversal galaxy level, ultimate. And then we have the Buffalo week. Buffalo is I don't need it. It's just a giant buffalo. Like, Kong protects it from the vicious skull crawlers, which they're all most of them are in the weak category, except for the adult one, which I think is this one. No, I know it's this one because this one's in the water, which is just building level. Not much more you can say about that. All right. Kong from Godzilla vs. Kong. My biasness says that he's on the top of city level. I don't think he can destroy a continent on his own. He has multi-continental attack potency because he can use the axe, which is just basically Godzilla's spine. So it's basically Godzilla versus Godzilla. Obviously, with that, it's gonna be like, you know. But on his own, without the axe, he can only be city level. Alright? But I'm counting him without the axe. With the axe, he's up here. But without the axe, he's down here. He's city level. He's weak to fire. He can die if he gets hit by the atomic breath once. Alright? We're not gonna get into it. A better fight for him. There. Argue about this fight. Nobody argues this fight. This is actually a good fight for Kong. It's very close. Alright? The rest of these are like, no shit, Sherlock. He's gonna take a fat L. Okay? Argue this. That's my opinion. That's my toxic opinion. And you got weak. That's also there because that's a mutated form. Anguirus from Singular Point was very strong. If it stayed if it didn't get killed off when it did, it would have became a much larger threat. It could have been up to city level because it was growing in size and growing in its foresight. It's literally the first monster that they found right away that was able to detect that it can see that these monsters from Singular Point can see in the future, and they learn about how they start to work. He's basically the flat line of like everything in that show. So I mean, besides the Rodans, but the Rodans are weak. I do think on the weak scale they are like right here. Okay. So now we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna continue on. We got more Anguirus. Anguirus is obviously just baseline city level. I don't feel like anybody's gonna argue about that with me. I think it's just kind of common sense at this point. Alright. Okay, Zilla from Final Wars, weak. Alright. I think he's on the top of weak. Actually, no, he died in a building, so we'll put him at the bottom of building level. Okay, obviously this is like the swarm of Meganuras. They're weak. Like, one on their own is nothing, but they have like a swarm of them. A swarm of them is like a city level threat, so I guess you could put them on the bottom of city level because a swarm of them is that bad, where they like massacre entire cities, eat all the people, but they don't cause that much destruction besides like, you know, a flooding. Other than that, you know, yeah, I think they're okay being like in the weak category. On their like one singular one is on the weak category. All right. We have the dragon from from Godzilla Earth, that's building level. It's baseline. It has pretty good feats. You know, it's very dangerous. You know, they had to use those giant mechs to kill them. The first iteration of Godzilla is the baseline for what every Godzilla should be, city level. If you've seen original Godzilla, you know he destroys the city. It's basically a horror movie, alright? But yeah, he's city level. I feel like that's a good one. Doug! Look at Doug. Doug has to be universal. Alright? Trust me. Don't look it up. Just trust me, it's Doug. How could you hate Doug? It's Doug. It's like Dodogama from Monster Hunter. If you know what Dodogama is, bam, there you go, it's Doug. Alright? Universal. Nobody beats it, except for, like, obviously the people that do. But I'm going to be honest, unfortunately, he's the top of weak tier. No, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He can destroy a building. Alright. Gigan from the Showa era. Multi-continental. They have to use multiple monsters to take this thing down, and I think he teams up. They have a bunch of team-up fights against him, and he can just cut through the monsters of the Showa era with pretty much ease, and their durability levels are pretty strong. So I think to put him anything lower is kind of silly, but you can make arguments for him to be lower. But I think he's consistently, like, he can slice through those things pretty with ease. All right. Weak. Mecha Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Kong. All right. Let's see here. Mecha Godzilla he's in the multi-continental level. He's stronger. He's stronger than Godzilla, and I would say he's stronger than Godzilla than Muto Prime. I don't think he's stronger than Ghidorah. I think Ghidorah has a lot more things going for it, like the regeneration rate, the ability to fly, the ability to summon a hurricane just by existing. It's ridiculous. Ghidorah is ridiculous. I think he fits perfectly, like, right between these two. I think he's a little bit stronger. Yes, Godzilla was tired. He fought Kong canonically in that movie for like 12 hours, and then he was continually fighting other monsters off screen in that movie, because in the comics they were talking about how long he was fighting. He was fighting for like days. All right. So you can make an argument that he was worn out, but I think even with Godzilla, like, not tired, I still think that Mecha Godzilla more than likely would have won, because it had everything that he knew programmed into it. It was faster, which is is very strong, and it had a lot of things to specifically counter him. So that's why he's up there. I think he does beat the Muto Prime on its own, because he has missiles which can distract it, which is basically what they used in the comic to stop Muto Prime, so that way Godzilla can basically finish it off with its shockwave, which was a really cool finisher in the comics. Definitely go read that. But yeah, okay. Let's see for the rest of these. The Warbat building level, but two of them gave Kong trouble. So, like, Kong was gonna die to these things in Godzilla vs. Kong if the humans didn't intervene. But I think on their own, if I'm being honest, you could put them the bottom of city level, like the very bottom. I don't, this is my opinion, so I think they're at top of building level. Alright? I don't think they can destroy a whole city. Well, given some time, they might be able to, but quickly, nah. And the rest of these are... This is another comics one. This one... we're gonna go... I remember this one in the comic. I can't remember its name, but I know it's very good at running the fuck away. So I'm putting it there. This is going in the weak. Oh! Titanosaurus! How can I forget Titanosaurus? Titanosaurus is city level. Like, very strong for early Showa stuff. Kong, I think, beats Titanosaurus, though. Alright, let's see here. Space Godzilla. Oh, yeah. Space Godzilla is... I think he fits in the solar system level. I think he sits right at all with the rest of these guys. I think he's... You can put him in planetary. Maybe multiple planets. But I think he sits very comfortably in solar system. Like... Ah, man, you can make arguments. You know... In my opinion, I think he's here. Because, like, the black hole feat that he has is ridiculous. And he has faster than light speeds and, like, reactive speeds. It's ridiculous with him. He's kind of just overpowered, in my opinion. But, me being biased, I think he's right. I think he sits comfortably here. Even in the comic versions of him, he just has that, like, oomph, you know, that power that kind of, like, makes him, like, a very huge threat, you know? So I think he sits right at home here, you know? Very dangerous, very dangerous. You know, oh, maybe this... Yeah, sure, we'll leave it at that. Unless you want to, like, count, like, maybe Star. Like, he's definitely, like, I guess, like, just... If I had a tier below, if I made it, like, above planet but below solar system, I think he'd be right there. Like a nice, good, juicy Star level. The rest of these, they're just copies of other monsters, other ones that I don't really recognize. Godzillasaurus, weak. Weak. The crab, weak. Weak. Jeez. Okay, and the rest of these... Wait, this is Mechagodzilla from... Oh, Mechagodzilla City. Bam, city level, there you go. There you go. Alright, and we're done with the tier list. So now I'm gonna go through each order and, you know, put them... I'm not gonna touch the weak. I think they're all around the same. Like, just in the weak category, you're just, like... You're weak, alright? Weak! Building level, obviously, I think I have them pretty much organized the way I want them. I think it's self-explanatory. So I don't think I'm going to touch this. I'll move Doug. Doug is the best building level. Alright. Now let's move on to, the city level. This is where things are going to get, like, pretty interesting, in my opinion, if I'm going to, like, from strongest to weakest in here. Because I think there's a lot, I think Snow Godzilla is definitely at the bottom of the city level, but... If I start organizing them, well, we... Wait, no. Why is that there? No, building level, sorry. Most of these has, like, they all have really good feats. Like, an average Rodan is definitely city level. I think it's, like, mid-tier city level. All Mothras are pretty, like, with their powers, they're pretty consistently, like, upper city level. They could go up into, like, multi-cities. I don't know, I feel like at the top of city level, you can destroy, like, gigantic cities. Like, cities that are, like, super huge, you know? Too close to being a continent size. Lauren, out of all these characters, which one is your favorite? You can only pick one. Oh, crap. I think that it's hard. It's a hard pick between Final Wars Godzilla and Legendary Godzilla. Final Wars Godzilla is badass incarnate, but so is Legendary Godzilla. Legendary Godzilla got all the alpha aspects of Godzilla's character perfectly. Literally perfectly. How alpha that guy is. You know. So I think I still think Final Wars is probably edges him out just a little bit because I really like that movie and I really like that Godzilla. Even though you barely in the movie, but that's fine. The movie's really good on its own, so it doesn't really need to have all that. But like, he just wipes through a lot of monsters with like zero difficulty. But I think it's definitely one of those two. I really like Heisei Godzilla. Just Heisei Godzilla is just basically, in my opinion, what it means to be a Godzilla. You know, he's just all around good. You know, force of nature, unstoppable. Literally, nothing can stop it besides itself, and that's why it blows up and dies. Just, you know, you're badass. But it's a tie between those three. But if I'm not counting any of the Godzillas, my favorite monsters, Batra and Biolante. Biolante is amazing. One of the great female monsters, Biolante, very good. Mothra is very good too. Alright, for this, I think I have them pretty much where I want them. I think I did a pretty good job on organizing it. From, like, strongest to weakest. So, there we go. There you have it. My tier list. For basically all of the Godzilla characters that I know up to date and how strong they are. Or where I feel like where they fall in the pecking order. Obviously, Godzilla Ultima is unfathomable. We don't have... If I had, Godzilla in Hell and Godzilla... Marvel Godzilla, they'd be in Universal, I think. Definitely nothing below that. Because Marvel Godzilla fought Odin, and Odin from Marvel Comics is obviously very powerful. So he's, like, up there. He beat Thor, he beat Hulk, you know, they have all those feats and, like, casually defeated them. You know, so Marvel Godzilla is just insane. Like, obviously if I have raging, like, Godzilla Rage Across Time, he'd be in Universal because he defeated all the Greek gods. Every single one of them, killed Poseidon, killed Zeus. Every single one of them got wiped out. There was, like, with low difficulty at best. Killed the Hydra. The Hydra is insane in the Greek comics too because it can kill gods and, you know, so yeah. So there we have it. Alright. Now, what do you guys... What do you guys want me to tier list next? Fabulous, awesome list. Also, Witchy, you're here on a Sunday. Wow. Oh yeah, and if you guys are Dragon Ball fans, I can basically put these in Dragon Ball terms for you. Anything in this category is Cell Saga and below. This is Buu Saga level. This is Frieza Saga or Saiyan Saga level right here. And then your Battle of God Saga, everything in Super right here. And then this is Zeno level. So there you go. Easy Dragon Ball terms on where all these Godzillas fall. And then all these Godzillas right here, and like all their monsters like in this, be just regular Dragon Ball. Without the Z or nothing. It doesn't just work to hang out with you. Aww.